Guys, I have to show you this real quick. This insane stealth party EXP change that wasn't even in patch notes and actually was dropped in February on February 5th. Stealthy. I've never even been in this category before, this game guy, but this is in systems and it's been I only found about this recently. And there's been 8 more since this one. And only really noticed it now. I'm curious how many of you guys actually knew about this or saw this or read these forums, but here it is. This is all they're going to give you. Party EXP is now affected by number of party members. Okay, and I'm going to show you exactly what this does in real time in the game, but it's actually insane that Nexon didn't put this in the patch, that this is a one-liner. It doesn't even tell you like how much, it doesn't even tell you how much it increases and decreases based on the party members. Nothing shows up in character stats or in your buff bar. It's as stealthy as it gets, and it's actually kind of a buff, and it's been around for a long time, but we haven't really noticed it because of kinship, the kinship ring. But now that kinship is expired and they revamped all of that, this is becoming actually more of a factor than realized. So this is, I mean, I don't even know what to say. This is just typical Nexon. So I found this crazy, well, my perma mate, shout out to Curry, found out this crazy little Party EXP sneaky little update that they made this past patch that is an interesting little wrinkle to changing up kinship rings and changing up Party EXP and you know, for those people that don't necessarily have a 6-man party, that they can still sort of maximize and get EXP at almost the same rate or equal rate of full parties. So this is what I'm talking about here. So with this past patch, right, they changed one thing. So they changed this ring to give 20% party EXP flat. Before we used to have a kinship ring, which stacked per party member. So it was optimal to have 6 party members in a team with kinship ring to obviously get the 30% party XP. But once this goes away, standard is 20%. So whether you have, 2, 4, 6 people in the party, it's going to be flat. Doesn't matter, right? So what also happened in this patch was they sneakily stealthy change party XP. And it's not going to show up anywhere, which is crazy unless you actually do some data mining. So first off, to test this, there's something in KMSM that I learned about, is that a 0-man party or 1-man party gives 0% party XP across the board. But as you start adding more people to a party, you actually get less party XP. So 2 people will have 20% party XP, and 6 people will end up having 0 extra party XP. So what I mean by that, and what that kind of means, is not really too much, but I think it's just interesting that it's not really mentioned anywhere, and it's not going to show up on anyone's stats. So it's only going to show up on if you actually pay attention to your lines. So right now, the way I tested this, right, is make sure I'm through 50% EXP. Okay? So through 50% PXP, party XP, and I'm doing my lines is all that I'm looking at here, okay? Because that's what is affected by my party XP. It's 5.585, okay? So what just happened? 5.585, okay. So 5.585, that was weird. I wonder, actually, I'm gonna test that. You guys see that? If I kill stuff manually, I actually do less EXP. Less per kill. I don't know if that's a new change, but that's also just something I just didn't even know about. So basically I let it auto battle, and I'm gonna get about 5.585 mil the green lines per my kill, okay? So now that I'm at 169% party XP, okay? So how I'm going to test this is I'm going to actually remove this 5% party XP here. And still remain at 350%. Okay, that's important. And then now my party XP is 164, right? So I should be 5% less. Okay, so that's where I get the 5487 per my kill. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to using the Gloom Ring, the Gloom Metal, and then I'm going to I'm going to join on my Demon Slayer. I'm going to join this party on my Demon Slayer real quick. And the lines are going to go back down to 5.4 mil. 5487. So that was again equivalent to, so you look here, 169 is still what my party XP is, right? But now my kills is 5487. Okay, and I'm gonna leave on my Demon Slayer, and everyone's EXP goes up. Okay, 5.8, and then mine goes back to 587 or 5585. Okay, and so that's 5% party XP across the board, and that's kind of how we figured it out. So if I were to leave and it'd be a 4-man party, everyone else will get 5% party XP more per kill, which is nowhere to be found. I tried to check here in the Star Force, the Arcane Power, nothing. Nothing. Party XP obviously didn't change, like I mentioned before, 169. So it's just crazy. These little things that people find that is not mentioned anywhere in patch notes, and you know, it just reminds me of one of those cases where, like, we've been there, right? Where, like, they make a change and they just don't document it anywhere, right? Until someone picks it up like this or is asking questions. And I'm sure in once this video comes out, the next month, maybe the next few months patches, they'll just incorporate it into a bug fix, whether they'll take it away or they'll just, you know, throw it into here. This Arcane Power, they'll throw something here that says party members gives, 4 party members gives, you know, 10% party XP, whatever it is, right? So I'm sure they'll add it in eventually, but right now there's nothing. So again, just a little bit of shout out to Curry, my permamate, and yeah. And so what does that mean to parties right now? Pretty much nothing. Pretty much nothing, but it just allows for, like, full man, like, say if we're getting the same, it really comes down to kill rate. Okay, so if you can get the same amount of kills with less party members, it's going to benefit you, right? Because you're going to have more party XP. Say you're in a 4-man party, is killing the same as a 6-man party, but you get that extra 10% party XP for having 2 less people. That's huge, right? That adds up. So, like, we were joking around that literally Arcana Haku, who's literally all these 5.8 million lines, is all him. 5.8, it's all, like, when you see him wipe the map, pretty much him and like 2 other people would probably be the ideal amount of party members to maximize kills and also maximize party XP. But, you know, it is what it is. We're not really in that business, but it's nicer for smaller parties or other, you know, just other situations to take advantage of it, really. If you're like, honestly, even like node farmers, like if you have a dual party that is wiping maps pretty quickly, that's just farming nodes, you'll get decent EXP with the party XP. So I kind of just want to share that quickly, and it's pretty crazy.